Welcome gamers to episode 1, or actually no, it's turn 100. It's episode 5 of this Let's Play series. Welcome. This is DEITY Empires. I do like this format actually, of being able to just sort of bounce in, like play a whole lot of the same sort of turns without actually interrupting you guys too much, so at least we can then come back in, I guess, in important milestones. And I thought that turn 100, we're still at the end of the beginning of the game. So many of these fantasy games, you're really looking at the late end game by about turn 100. But for DEITY Empires, this is I still haven't met any other factions. We're on our own, so I thought I'd do a bit of a summary as to what's actually happened in these 100 turns and where we actually are. So let's just close this one off. There's nothing else now. We've got the. We'll just go through each of these. Dasburg is still growing incredibly. God, that's been such a great city. You saw there the importance of actually having rivers running through hills. It really does help the dwarves grow incredibly. So, and also the hills then give us extra protection if we do get into fights. And so it's a really perfect combination for us. Now we've got, and we're going to have to now start to move into what I would consider the mid game and start to protect our cities a little bit, because we will stumble across other factions fairly soon. I'll have a look at the actual map itself afterwards and then talk a little bit about things. So we've got another worker there, which basically means that we've had another 1,000 population come back in. So Dasburg is growing incredibly. We do actually have some more settlers that have been built in Dasburg. We've actually now had, this is our 4th lot of settlers, so they're building quite quickly because of the growth of Dasburg itself. Like, we're getting a lot of food, and the food then equates to growth. So spellcasting complete. We're now getting our battle mana up. So our battle mana is now at 52. So we're going to be just I'll keep it on there, I think, for a little bit longer. One thing I've been doing is every so often I've been getting a raised terrain just so I can actually get some hills. I may also drop some of the mountains from in here as well, so instead of having mountains underneath here, you can see that we've now got like a new city back up this way. And so we've got like mountains there, which if I drop that one there, I get the benefit of having hills. So that one may be something we have a bit of a look at. Certainly I'm swimming in mana, and this is very, very important that we get as much of that as we possibly can. I cannot have too much mana, and you'll see that when we start to actually build our equipment. Our force is still pretty much the same group. I've inherited a Mountain Dwarf balloon bomber, has now come into the actual grouping through there. So if I just right click on that one there, you can see we've still got our big Mountain Dwarf Iron Golem rolling around. We've got 2 of the priests back in through this side. I might just do another right click on that one and just reset these a little bit. I'll just put Thermeg at the top. Thermeg I'm a bit annoyed with, actually, because he's just not really as good as I was hoping he would be. Now the Mountain Dwarf Golem, I might start to make these. You can see that they've all got silver stars all the way through, and some of these are really, really important now. This Grenadier is a vitally important unit. I might just move him up a little bit as well. We'll just put them in the order that they are, I guess, of importance. The priests are important as well. I'll just move them on up. So they're sort of working together. They're halberdier. And then I've actually built a baby red dragon. You can see it's only just come into the actual fighting forces, so hardly any experience in through there. It's only level 1 at this point in time. So we want to get it leveled up. Now it will level up reasonably quickly. It'll go from a baby to a young red dragon, and then eventually from a young red dragon into into a red dragon, and then finally from a red dragon into an ancient red dragon. I think there may be another step in there somewhere else as well. Anyway, it takes a lot to level up these guys. I think it has to get to level 10 before it can actually level up to the next before we get the evolution into the next type. By the way, I'll talk a little bit about how this actually does work. So let's just close that one off for now. The dragon will ultimately be very important, so I might move that up in the grand scheme of things, and I'll leave it. At the moment, it's not. It's very, very easy for us to get these things, but it will become important. I'll put it after the Iron Golem. I'm going to make. This one's extremely close now to getting up to level 10. This one's already it does so much damage with its area of effect attack through here, the actual Grenadier. So I'm going to make it a core unit. So I've got, just talk a little bit about core units. Core units are units that if they do die, You can then bring them back by, like you can actually sort of bring them back onto the actual battle map. But it cost me a soul gem to then go and do this. And I haven't spent any of the soul gems just yet. And so I'm going to spend a couple of these soul gems, one for the Iron Golem and one for the Grenadier. That will sort of then satisfy, I think, what we need there. So I'll just go back into here, click on that one through there, and just close that one down, and you'll see it's now gone from 4 to 3, and we'll do the same thing with the Mountain Dwarf Grenadier as well, just because of what he actually does have. And by having them as core units as well, we get like boost to mana and all sorts of other things as well. Like the core units, I don't know if it'll tell us much in there. No, it won't sort of tell us anything of what that actually refers to, but there will be a help file if you are interested. That's enough. I've got 2 soul gems left. I'll leave them just in case I end up with somebody else that gets to like level 10. I've gotten all of my initial guys out from here. So if you left click on the left hand side of that group, you can see that both of the Mountain Dwarf warriors are now sitting back inside Bagnik. Bagnik is probably our most vulnerable city, simply because it's easy for units to come and walk straight in. But so is Dasburg to a degree as well, for the simple reason that even though we're surrounded by hills, we've got roads that extend into Dasburg. Like we've got a road that goes all the way from here, all the way straight into Dasburg. We did put a wall there, and I think I'll actually start to extend walls around the around Dasburg a little bit just to protect it, because I need to keep on building more and more roads in through this system just to get everything working. If I right-click on Dasburg, you can see the number of dwarves we have. So that at the moment, with the level of roads that we actually have, I can put like 2 workers per slot, and we're pretty full. Like, you know, really they're all over the place. So I really need to just keep on pushing Dasburg up. The population, we've got a population growth of plus 477 per turn. So every 2 turns we get an extra 1,000 population, which is pretty damn amazing. And we're able to do this because of our food production. We've got like incredible food production. Our descent is still healthy as well. Gold income is now very, very healthy. So we're starting to really work well with this one now. Natural harvest we're doing incredibly well in through there. Now what I've got, I still haven't got this full yet. But this is great. Now we've almost got we haven't almost got, but the Great Ironworks is going to take a long time to build. But once we get this one, we're going to get an extra 100 production, which means that we can keep on pushing and getting even more mines. So I might even build a few mines on these hills, even though they don't have iron underneath them, I could still end up with some pretty good mining in this particular area. What I may do is may wait until I've got a prospector, just so we can start prospecting the hills to see if there's anything worth finding. There may be another good resource that we haven't actually located in these hills yet. So I might hold back a little bit on that one. I can still certainly just build roads, and so I've actually just got 2 workers working all the way through these hills. But that's actually a really, really important town for us, of course. This is our capital. I might even rename these as well. This one we've hardly got any development in here just yet at Bagnik. Bagnik has only got less, well, it's getting close to 10,000 people. Again, the descent is okay because we've got we've got the garrisons working in there. You can see we've just got these guys are just working around the place. Doesn't really make much difference with what's going on through there at this point in time. No great rush to develop this particular location. I might just call this one Middleton, there we go, because it's in the middle. And this one here is a city that we just created. Now, in the last episode, I was talking about that I wanted to grab this one. You can see that inside here we've got Mithril. And so I definitely want to be building the Mithril up. We still have got, we do actually have extra population, and we do have a worker already working on this particular slot. And so I will build the road across to here so that the Mithril can then flow down into, essentially back into our capital. But we may end up building the workshops in here. That may be the better place to do this. This has only just been settled. And so we've got a slow population growth in through this side. As we get, next term, we'll get another worker, and it will then also just sit on one of these mountains, on one of these rivers back in through here. Okay, so I think I might reduce this one, and reduce this one, just so that we end up with hills underneath those, so we can get extra food from those locations. I think that will be good. And this one here, we're going to call this one Mithrilton, because this is where we get Mithril. We've got Mithril in here. I forget how to spell it. Myth, that's not it. Mithrilton, there we go. So that way we'll know that's for Mithril. So I'll try to sort of end up specialising these towns in certain sorts of ways. The next one I want to get is this Mana, back over through this side, and sort of just grab another town in these hills. So I do want to sort of be staying in the hills. In fact, we might go to a cast spell now and change what we're doing to another lower terrain back in through this side. So we'll go and grab that one now. And that way we can sort of then lower the some of these mountains. And we'll eventually want this one lowered as well when we sort of do come across this other side. So we'll just reshape where Mithrilton is going to then have its different sorts of abilities. So the next town we want to get will then sort of nestle in nicely over here, and that will then pick up that in through there. And then the next town we can get will be up in here somewhere, I guess. Actually, there's some diamonds up there, which will give us a lot of money. So we will end up out here. So, as I say, we're really still in the early game. We're still not really doing too much just yet. Let's just go across. What else can we do? We do now have this new settler. So what I want to do is I want to use this group to essentially push everything back out of the way here. And so we're just going to go back and do another dungeon crawl. I'll just move that one forward. So this one here, I need to get rid of this one to then be able to start to push across this other side. If I press the F5, there's the actual villages or cities that we have. Press F5 again. So I can build anywhere on the outside of here as long as there's no spawning locations. And when I click that one again, it goes to black. There's no available locations anywhere that we've seen so far. Anyway, I press F5 again. Okay, let's just go into here. This is a dungeon, 9 levels. I don't think we'll get through all 9 levels, but this is a very, very strong group that we have. And as I say, I really want this baby red dragon leveling up. Now, we've done a great job. The Iron Golem is also on level 9. It's got a little way to go with its XP to get to the next level, but it's very, very close. And it's been incredibly good. It is expensive, but you can see there, now I've been able to correct my money, so I'm getting like 300 per turn, which is healthy, and I've got a good amount. Now, I do need, again, thousands and thousands of gold to be able to then really do the bigger upgrades, particularly down in through here. So let's just go across. We'll just enter this particular location, and now we'll start to sort of move things. Now, this first one is just really just the setup of where we want to go. So we'll just end our turn there, and I'm just going to use the actual Iron Golem to start to move up. Now, this first attack will be fairly easy. We've got some zombies. They're not going to be able to do too much. The dragon, I'll just bring that one up, and I'll bring this one up to the front as well. I don't think I'll use... I'm going to try to save these a little bit for the next lot of fights. So as we sort of go a bit deeper, and that'll do us. It did a bit of damage to him, but nothing sort of too bad. Now we've got 5 defenders, so there's more on the way. We'll just use the Sonic Pulse. There we go. It doesn't do much damage, that one, but it does do an area of effect. There we go. That one's been destroyed. The baby dragon. There we go. And that's gone up another level. That's good. So this is now level 2. You can see there the XP it's quite achievable to sort of get these things leveled up. Now, actually, when does this one evolve? When does it evolve? I forget where it shows that. Oh, I can't see it there. Yeah, I can't remember where it actually does evolve to. Yeah, I think I'll just have to wait for it to get up to the next level. Yeah, it's actually, well, we'll show it when we get out of here. As to, I know where to look for it, but not when you're not from the actual area that it's actually at. So we'll end our turn there. This one here is, you know, these sonic pulses are not too bad. We'll just move them across and just move this one up. A little bit of damage done there. So misses. Nothing much there. It's almost got it. Okay, that was good. I'm going to save these for the next rung down. Taking a little bit of damage with the golem, but not too much. There's only one more defender remaining. That's fine. One missed. Oh, that one's out of attacks. A little bit in there. I do want this one getting a lot of experience. There we go. Last defender killed. We'll just auto battle. Off they go. They'll heal that one up. Actually, no, they didn't that time. So this first area is going to be very, very easy for us. Only one more treasure remaining. So it looks like the Iron Golem might pick that one up. Oh no, the dragon will. There's the way out. So we'll descend. And we'll just keep on going until, either until we run out of battle turns, or basically until we run out of mana with our various units. At the moment, we're doing quite well. We've got 4 defenders, so these will be a bit stronger. Let's just end our turn there, and then start to move these down. So we don't know what type we're going to get just yet. Let's just have a bit of a look. Nope, nothing down that way. I don't really have much protection. I think I'm just going to keep this one in behind. Keep that one just off to the side, just in case we sort of need to urgently defend different locations. We'll just end our turn there. Here they come. Oh, what are these? Polar bears? Grizzly bears. Okay, so I think we will actually now use this. Not much damage there, unfortunately. Leave that one back where it is. I don't think it's going to hold them, to be honest. And yeah, that one's actually already out of breath. So it wouldn't hurt to sort of leave and then come back in again. Although I sort of am wanting to make use of the ability to to essentially get rid of this dungeon relatively quickly. We'll just what I might do is actually start to use some fireballs. There we go. That was good. By the way, when I leveled this one up, I took the extra... what did we do? I took the extra... where is it? The grappling hooks. So I've actually got... I took more of those. They it's amazing how many of these you end up using. That was one of the more mundane sort of level ups we actually had for that one. So this is probably the only sort of unit that I would do that with. Now this one here, I can sort of do one that does a bit of damage to all of those. That's good. Nothing much there. There we go. Got rid of another 2, and that one now has gone to level 10. That's awesome. And that's good as well. That one's leveled up to level 9 by the looks. And can't see that one. That's good. The halberdiers are doing well there. There we go. Last defender killed. So that's our first one to level 10. Let's just keep on auto battling. There we go. A bit of healing. We're halfway through the turns. I think we will get out of it after this one and go back in for one more delve in. We're only at level 2 of 9. But it's certainly easy for us at this point in time. Just basic treasure. Nothing great. So yeah, we will come back and this is where you do get your good items at the deeper you go. And I think we'll leave the dungeon just because we're now running out of mana and also out of mana and equipment. Like the dragon, for example, has got no more breaths left. So let's leave the dungeon now, and so we'll come back into it and just go a bit deeper. So we'll end the battle. And we didn't pick up any items that time. So we've now got level 3 of 9. And we've got Swillin, which looks to be a hero, plus some lesser imps. Now again, very, very easy for our units to sort of destroy this one. We're going to have to end up coming across, ultimately, 1, 2, 3. We're going to need to sort of see what's over this side. There'll be a few extras we have to get rid of in through here. That one will have to go. So I do like to sort of keep these until we actually really do need to use them. Let's just go across. We've got this unit through here. I think what I'll do is, I don't know if I should, I think I might move up and just build a road here to get started, and then we'll build a mine. So we get sort of started working on that one there. So Mithrilton has gained a worker. There we go. 1 unit can now level up. So we now go to level 10. This is our first level 10. So we can get extra ammo, armor piercing, counter fire, increased range, increased light armor, constitution or lesser constitution. I don't know why we'd go lesser. But we can also then go with other things. For example, the grenade toss ammo, we get either +4 or +10. I'm thinking the +10 or the armor piercing. So when this unit is attacking, the enemy's armor is reduced by 50%. Now that will be useful later on. And I think I'm going to take that more so than the ammo +10. So I'm sort of interested in that one, but I think I'll just go this way. Actually, it's funny. I keep on getting these very, very loud messages, and I'm really not doing it. But that is a reminder for me to sort of show that I do actually have merch for sale. With a special 15% off in September. So if you are, it's funny, that's another sale that's just come through. So shop.dastactic.com. So get on the bandwagon. It's funny, I haven't sold that many, but it's during this recording session, it just happens to be that every time I go to record, I do get a notification that there's been another sale. So anyway, there we go. There was a sale on my shop. So shop.dastactic.com. Use the code DAS-launch-2022 for your 15% off. As I say, I've got my own, like I've actually now got the cup arrived yesterday for me. So this is the mug. I think I might redo this one as a full wraparound. So if you want to hold off on getting the mugs, I probably will change them, I think, in the coming days. So just hold off on that. So the mugs will be better in a few days' time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I'll turn the merchandise off. I forgot to do it in episode 2, which I'm still a bit embarrassed about. I don't like pushing too much for that, but really, in reality, I've got to find a way to make YouTube pay. So anyway, let's keep on going. So this is turn 101. Another worker in Mithrilton, which is good. 1 unit can level up. We just did that one before. Okay, so we've now got this one now is ready to go back in again. I'm going to send this one out to the location. We should start to see spawns coming fairly soon, so we do have to be a bit careful now of our cities. We're still, with our spell casting, we're still doing the lower terrain. We're just sort of starting that one now. That will be, basically we need to have mana and we need to have the meditation amounts that we can then sort of pop into this one here. So that will then sort of work in fairly soon. All right, let's go in and keep on delving deeper into this particular dungeon. We'll just get started in here. So we've got nothing too bad in this one. The dragon is very, very weak at this point in time. But this one is not. With these dungeons, because I can keep on now sort of bouncing in and out, it does actually allow me a lot of flexibility and to be able to do other things. So it's actually quite nice the way that's sort of working. There they come. I shall keep that one back. Move you in. I do want this one leveling up to level 5, but I think it's actually I meant to show. Actually, I'll try to remember again after this as to why or how things actually do work with that. So let's just end our turn there. Missing badly. These imps. Now these are flying units. Actually, no, they're not. I thought they were. No, these aren't flying units. What was I thinking? Now this is a hero with 83 hit points. So a little bit bigger than the others. There we go. That armor piercing is going to dramatically sort of damage these other sorts of units. Now I can't quite get back there. So let's smash these. They're not going to take. This is not going to take too long now. The imps, I think, are you've got fire immunity, so the dragon is not going to be able to do any fire damage. So there's no point doing that one. Let's just move up. They missed. Now see how this one's been knocked over. So this one's been knocked down for just one turn. So at the moment. Is knocked down and immobilised. Immobilised cannot move, initiate attacks or cast spells, but will strike back when attacked. So they will sort of fight from the ground, but they're quite weak with that sort of aspect to it. So I can actually move the dragon up and just do a mechanical damage. There we go. So it took a bit of experience from that one there, which is good. And just move them up as well. A little bit of damage there. I don't want to be moving too much when I'm doing these sorts of attacks. This one doesn't get to retaliate. Okay, nothing much there. It's going to take a little bit to bring this one down. Now, we've only got 17 of these grenade tossers, but we'll go for it. That was good. Just leave them back up there for now. Oh, there's still more coming. Okay, dragon, how much have we got in here? We've still got 18. So let's just hit it once with this guy. Only 4. 4. So that's down to 10. No, nothing. All right, that one's been wiped out. And we've only got one more defender remaining. Not quite enough. I'll leave it there. That's the way down, but we've still got more treasure deeper into the place. Okay, so we're on level 3. We have to get to level 4. There we go. Okay, auto battle. They'll heal each other up a little bit, I hope. No, they haven't done it. Now the dragon over time. So I've actually summoned this one in. I should have shown how to do that as well. Did I forget again to show? I did forget again to show what the level ups actually do work with this. So I'll make this a bit more of an extended playthrough, just as we go a bit deeper. We've still got no more treasure, so it's just going straight down, even though there's a bit more of the dungeon that hasn't been explored. Okay, so we'll descend again. Now we've got multiple ways to get into where we are, which is not good. We've only got 4 defenders, so they'll be a bit stronger than what we expect. It's a fairly big dungeon. Let's just end our turn here. We don't know what these are going to be. That's like a complete block off there. So I'll just come up and block these 2 locations in through this side for now. Set the dragon up there. That's sort of more of a melee type attack. We haven't used any of the healing yet on these. Move this one up. It's a bit exposed actually. I think I'll just keep them like this. I'll bring that one back. Not seeing anything. Yeah, we just don't know what direction they're going to come from. Like they can come from any direction really. And we don't know what sort we're actually up against either. We'll move these up. Up and out. We should be okay. This is a good one for us to use for scouting, because I can always bounce it back again. It moves at 6, the others move a lot less. This one should be able to protect itself a little bit. Let's keep these close to the group. I don't want to split the group up. So we don't know what we're dealing with just yet. So let's move this one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a choke point. A choke point. Yeah, choke point. That's the word I'm looking for. Let's just move them into there for now. Just keep the healers with one healer with each group. Oh, we're not seeing much, are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. We still haven't seen anything yet. Let's come back into there for now. Keep these where they are. One, 2, 3, 4. Still not seeing it. I might as well race and grab that while we're here. I don't want to split these guys up, so I'm now going to move these up with the others. One, 2, 3, 4. Still not seeing much. Let's just move these up. I mean, sometimes you can sort of chase each other around the map a little bit, but generally they will try to come for you when they see you. They may be magical. They may be all just sort of just waiting up in here, which is why, again, we'll just get everyone in here. We just want to sort of see who they are to start with. There we go, picked up a bit of mana. Here's the way out. I still don't think we're going to be suffering too much in here. Oh, I should have moved the other one. Still got one more move there. 1, 2, 3. Now what have we got in here? Grey Wizards. Okay. So what we'll do is we will actually move back. Move you back. Move you up. Just get everyone ready. Now this one will be able to survive the first round. This one won't, the dragon. This one will. Let's keep it like this for now. So we can just get ready to sort of come around the corner next turn. One, 2, 3. Now there's 4 of these. I mean, there's a stack of 4, but there's actually 4 of them in total. There we go. Bang. Almost got them. The dragon can actually do damage, but I think I'm going to keep it out. There we go. Got rid of it. Let's bring the dragon up. Don't know exactly where these guys are going to go first. If we can do it this way, this is going to work out fairly well. So we got rid of one of the dragons. Oops, one of the guys without having to worry about it, which is great. Just move this one across. We've still got one more move. Now, 2, 3, 4. I can bring them in. There's still 3 of them. 2, 3. Actually, I could have moved that one down. Yeah, that one's going to get hit if we leave it there. Okay, let's end our turn here. All right, so we're at 35 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not much damage. 1, 2, 3. Let's just have a crack at this one. Didn't do much. A little bit of damage. A little bit of damage there. Good. That was lucky after moving so much. After you move, you're much less accurate. I'll try to show that actually with something. I'll try to indicate how that one does actually work. I don't know if we get a chance to do it with these. Yeah, big attacks. Big attacks going in. So let's go and use the lesser heal now on this one here, because we'll probably want to still keep on going a bit deeper. Now, how can I show this one off? I've only got these 2 to get. Is there a way to look at this one? I thought there was a way to be able to sort of see what the actual attacks or the hits actually were. Yeah, it's not going to really help us much there. We did siphon off a bit of mana. Let's have a look at the actual log file for that particular attack. So the Mountain Dwarf Priest attacks the Wizard. Initiative 4, roll -2, mod 6. I'm not sure exactly sure where this will actually show up. It's the hit chance that's the problem. Yeah, I'd have to have a look at it. I won't just try to make this up at this point in time. One more. No, missed it with the second one. That's good. Usually you're going to get misses when you sort of are moving that far. There we go. We've got all of them. That's good, and hardly any damage coming in. So we'll just auto battle, pick up the last of the treasures. Just one more bit of mana back over there, and then we can go a bit deeper as well. All right. So we'll descend even deeper again. This one we've got 7 defenders, so this will be fairly weak overall, and we've got a nice choke point in here. Really, really cool. So we'll end our turn there. Move our golem up. There's the way out. Now we're at turn 50, which means we'll be able to finish off this particular part of the dungeon. It used to be, this has changed a little bit. It used to be that that you couldn't, you would actually get kicked out, and then that would be the end of the dungeon run, unless you sort of spent mana to extend the battle, like this one up through here. But we don't need to do that anymore, which I like actually. It feels much more comfortable playing these dungeons this way. Now, we still don't know what we're dealing with. What are we dealing with in through here? Skeletal warriors. Nothing really. That's not really all that bad, to be honest. Let's just get everyone ready. They will come forward. Yep, we'll leave that one there. Oh, we've got a few different things. We've got a skeletal mage. Okay, we do want to break out to where he is, so actually we can do that with this. Do big damage to all of that. That's awesome. I love this one. I love this unit. This one we have gone out of our dragon breath has now gone. Still got 4 defenders. These more mages, yeah, they are. Okay, we'll hit those. those. Be a bit careful of these. Now these do big damage with their holy water attacks against undead. Very effective. Okay, they've cast fear on the dragon, and the dragon will now stop. So that's sort of essentially now the choke point sort of works against us because of that. Because we're now stuck with these guys. There we go. It's the last one. And it's been knocked over. But it's come back on its feet again. This one's getting close now as well to leveling up to level 10. So let's keep it going. Yeah, it's got concussion for 3 turns, so it's going to be much less effective. There we go. Last defender killed. Auto battle. Healing up those two, and off they go. We'll go a bit deeper as well. Here we go. I've got an item in a red chest. What do we pick up there? It's a bit hard to tell. I think it's an axe. We don't have that many units that can use axes at this point in time. It's still in the beginning of the game. It's sort of funny, dude. Like, we got some powerful units, but we still are very, very much in the beginning. The game is going to get much, much deeper the further we go. It's only level 5, so we'll... actually, I now have to leave because I've gone over the 50. So I think we'll leave and still keep on coming back in. We did find one item and 2 mithril. So we'll end the battle, and the item we found is an accurate dwarven axe. This one's actually better than all the others that we've sort of seen because it's we've got an accurate dwarven axe with a hit chance of 3. This has got a hit chance of 8, so it's worth a lot of mana. I don't want to just give it off. It can only be used by Mountain Dwarf warriors anyway. Look, I will give it to one of my guys. Okay, so we need to unequip that one. Here we are. All right. And now, dragons. Let's talk about dragons and then we'll call this episode to a close. So I'll just keep on developing this, moving. You can see that this little stack is actually really, really strong. And we didn't have to use any of our battle mana in that last one. So things are sort of working fairly well. Still sort of, everything is still sort of just plodding along. Yeah, I'll just keep on with the summary. So we've just gone up with another lot of soul gems, and we picked up a lot of souls consumed in that last attack. So the more we do this, the better off we're going to be anyway. So there's no screaming rush to get the cities. It's just as important to get the level ups and to get all of the different soul gems from these attacks, etc., etc., etc. But the dragons. So what I did to get that dragon, it comes into Dasburg because that's where we sort of bring everything in. That's our capital. So when I go to cast spell, because I've been able to research summon baby red dragon, so I can now summon that one onto the actual map itself. And if we have a look at the actual spells, again, back in our compendium through here, remember you've got units and you've got spells. So there's a few different ways we can look at this one here. If we have a look at, they've got 6 different pages for unions, and you've got baby red dragon in through this side. So this is one we're looking at down through this side. So if we just go across the second page, it then sort of shows what race they're from, what the alignment actually is. It's showing evil, but in actual fact it's good for us. So it's a good red dragon because we summoned it in. That's the various sort of armor chances, etc. on page 3. Page 4 is the types of damage that it can then sort of do, like the min damage, the max damage with its claws. So that's the physical attacks. The next one is the actual secondary attacks, like the dragon breath back in through this side, which uses a fire attack. And then the last one I think will give us the upgrades. Yeah, so the baby red dragon will go to a young red dragon at level 15. So it takes a long time for these guys to go up to the next level. So young red dragons, it'll then evolve at that point. So young red dragons are way down the bottom here. By the way, if you haven't found units on the map before, they're called mystery units. We've got like 470 odd units that we don't know about that can, like types of units that can actually be used in the game. So young red dragon in through this side, in through here. You can see that this one will then have other sorts of things like fireball spells. It then goes into an actual red dragon at level 20. So at level 20 it then goes up to a red dragon. So we just go back up to red dragons. I don't know if we've got all of these. Yeah, so red dragon is back in through here. And then at level 30, it becomes an ancient red dragon. Now, I'm glad that I've changed what happens with the way that we've got our level ups in the game, because this is sort of achievable. It'd probably be very, very late game to get this one, but it does mean that we end up with a massive dragon at the back end of all of this. Like it gets flying, which we don't have at the moment. It's got all sorts of different abilities at that stage, including like the fireball spell, heaps of health. So it really does grow into a massive, massive unit. But at the moment, as a baby, it really doesn't do a lot. Anyway, that's how you can sort of find out where things are. And of course, to be able to then summon that one in, if we go across to spells, and just go to page 2, we'll then sort of see under our fire spells, which we have been sort of trying to get, is we can summon in a baby red dragon at level 4 in fire, 4 fire books, which is what we've been able to then go and do. Blazing Hounds come at 5. Now, we'll be getting this one fairly soon, but you can see there that young red dragons we get at level 12, and it's going to take longer to get there now than it will be for us just to level up baby dragons. I may even get a second dragon in at some point, I think, once this one actually does level up. In fact, it has leveled up right now. This is a good thing for us to have a look at. So the baby red dragon has now reached level 5. So it needs to get to level 10, I think it was, or 15. I forget which one it was. I think it was 15. So we've still got a long way to go. By the way, the leveling, it's not linear. It's actually a more of a coefficient. It's essentially like a logarithmic sort of scale. So each level is much, much harder to get than the level before it. So here we go. We've got like avoidance, health +7, hit chance +3, magic resistance. The breath ammo +4 would be good. Max damage +1. These aren't fantastic at level 5 here yet. I'm just trying to think of, once we get to a young red dragon, what do we actually want to have? And I think the max damage would be good. But I think we'll go with the extra breath ammo. Let's just go and sort of like almost double the breath ammo. So just click on OK. So it's not all that exciting, I guess, for the actual level up itself, but it's still sort of going to work okay. All right, well, look, I might call this episode to a close, and I'll just keep on expanding out this area. I'm going to be bringing this group across. I'll just see if we've got anyone else that still is moving. No one else is moving. We'll just end our turn. And there we go. So we've got more workers in Dasburg. Dasburg is just growing and growing and growing. It's just an incredible little town. Now, this one here, we do actually have a road. Now, I want to build a mine here so I can get the mithril. So just to show this mithril, just to finish this one off, you can see through here at the moment, we've got one of 2 city workers working here at this point in time, and they get 1,500 food because of the river. The natural resources, they get 1 per city worker, and trade goods, they get 1 per city worker as well. Now, when we have a look at down into the natural resources and the bonus resources back and through here, we need to get mines. And so if we go and get a level 1 mine in through here, we get an extra 0.3 of natural resources coming through, and we get 1 mithril. Now, for every level of mining, we get more and more mithril, which is really important. So we want to get high levels of roads and high levels of mines to really, really push the mithril forward, so we get heaps and heaps of it. So I want to be swimming in mithril, essentially. So we may even get sort of like special like supply wagons just to sort of hold the extra mithril while we start to mine it, because we are going to need it. So let's go across and just start building our first mine here. I've built a road. It's already got a road level there. If I hover over that one, you can see currently it's 1 of 2. If I get an extra road, I get an extra worker that can then work there straight away, which will give me extra food. Let's do that, because at the moment we want growth. So it's 2,000 for that one. We've got 3,000 through there. Let's just go and build that extra piece of road in through that side. We'll just start to move this one across. These will start spawning fairly soon, and I will now go back into this dungeon. We're now at level 6 of 9. we may be able to finish it off in this next round, but I want to keep on milking it to try to get to the bottom level if I can, just to sort of get whatever items may be there. The best items are going to be deeper into the actual dungeon itself. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you. I'll probably be another 50 or so turns forward. By the time we come back, I'm assuming that we'll see a very, very fully functional mithril mine in through this side, and a city built in through this side, and potentially we'll actually then have like a couple of different sort of army stacks, maybe sort of searching a little bit further forward. Wouldn't mind grabbing another location back in through here. This isn't fantastic because there's no rivers. This is great up through here, great up through here. So we may sort of expand out into different directions, but at the moment we don't actually have much protection, so we'll have to start to get more protection. As I say, we're still in the early game. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching.